Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are here once again in Metro Last Light. I am recording this. It is not live, so I will not be able to react to anything posted in the chat. So y'all have fun talking to each other. But last time we escaped the red line, and now
Pavel's group is advancing towards Tretikovskaya, also known as Venice. They have a few hours lead on me and are moving via frequently used tunnels. But I will catch up. I can't afford not to.
we recently escaped the red line. So, I talked about this on stream today, and I'm recording this the same day. So, I'm going to continue what I was talking about previously, which was how I would rewrite the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And last time we ended off, Finn, our trio of heroes, had escaped in the Millennium Falcon with Han Solo. So, what happens next? Is Han then takes the three to the New Republic.
Got there! Who goes there? Stand still or we shoot. We're armed.
We are armed. Swear by Lenin's name.
He doesn't
Hello.
look like a GB. I don't recognize the uniform.
Could he be one of ours? Look at all his weapons.
Don't shoot. We are civilians. There are women and children here. Leave and let leave, okay?
We're refugees from the Red Line. I'm in charge here, basically. Now there's nobody under my command. All the battle-worthy men went with the other caravan. Half a click ahead. I thought they'd protect us, but they were attacked. We heard the shooting. It subsided. But it doesn't look like our people survived. So we can't go any further. And if we go back, it's a firing spot for us. You look like you've seen your share of fights. Can you help us? It's not for me, but I pity the children.
So what do we do now? How do we live without them? We might still be alive.
We're gonna get out. It's better to do this section on foot. There's a lot you can do that will, like...
What the hell was that? More of those maggots. Yeah, we'll kill them later. Let me go. Please, I beg you. Shut your trap, bitch.
Enough of your whining. Nobody's coming. Well, brat, you do it first since you won. I'll stand watch.
Okay. Давай, mama. Come on. Quick up there.
Let me take this off. His name's Cross-Eye? Really? No, I'm not fucking with you. You can just come here. Right, it's always dark on my second screen. It's always way darker on my second screen than it actually is when I actually do the video. Oh, you're just standing there. Right, hello. Die. So, Han Solo has rescued our friend, our trio of heroes.
What the fuck are you doing there so long? We searched everything.
And in doing so, he is...
Might have missed some bullets.
Basically, he's
Well, move
like,
your ass.
look,
The other
kid,
guys are probably back home
to
already.
Finn. Now, Finn and Poe are, naturally, of course, reluctant to join his side and be, super chill. Well, but Han basically tells them, well, you've got two options. Either you can join me or go back to prison. There's not really more I can do in that terms of that. You're both criminals. And Han is very much like, what? And so Finn and Poe take.
So you heard my friend. The horse leaves and the men die. So, which are you? What? I'm a man. You son of a bitch. Well, here you go. Are you a man too, or a horse?
Don't kill me, please.
Man or whore?
What the shit?
Who the fuck is that?
Damn it. So Han Solo basically is like, and Rey, who hasn't heard who is relatively unfamiliar, knows who Han Solo is. It's like, oh wow. Rey's starstruck. Rey is starstruck, so she doesn't, say anything or do anything egregious or anything like that. Nor does she immediately pilot the Millennium Falcon without ever piloting a ship before. Now we have the trio being hunted by
Who goes there?
being pursued by the First Order.
We're armed.
We are armed. Swear by Lenin's
And their
name.
option is to
He doesn't
help
look
the
like a
Republic
GB.
or not.
I don't recognize the uniform.
Finn basically is
you
like,
on the box?
well, my best option
Look at all
is
those
to
weapons.
work with these guys at
Don't
least
shoot. We
until
are
I can
civilians.
contact
There are women and
someone in the
children
First
here.
Order
Leave and let leave.
or
Okay?
We're
to
refugees from the Red Line. I'm in charge here, basically. No, there's nobody under my
contact the
command.
First Order
All the
to
battle
sort of
worthy
plead
men
my
went with
case.
the
Be
other
like, I'm not
caravan.
compromised. I've actually
Got the
infiltrated
ahead.
Han
Thought they'd
Solo's
protect us,
whole
but they
deal.
were attacked.
Oh, so
We
up
couldn't shoot
until so
It's
right
insane.
now, Finn is still
But it doesn't look
working
like
with
our
the
people
First Order.
survived.
He hasn't broken out.
So we can't go.
Rey
any
is
further.
starstruck. She's
if
like
we go
asking
back,
a bunch of questions
It's
with
the firing spot
for
for us. You look like you've
but
seen your share of
from
fights.
Han. She asks a bunch of
Can you
questions.
help us? It's not for me, but I pity the children.
So what do we do now? How do you live without them?
So Rey, asks a bunch of questions and talks about Han and how he's a hero. Oh, and her parents were people that were some of his soldiers. Whereas in the war,
Nobody's coming. Well, crap. You do it first.
you're correct. Nobody is coming. Nobody will come.
Давай, мама. Come on. Get them there. Oh, please, don't. No!
So So Han basically is like, so Han takes Rey and is like, well, all right, here's how. So here's what we're gonna do. You and me are gonna. Rey proves herself useful at acquiring, you know,
What the fuck are you doing there so long?
proves herself
We searched
useful at
everywhere.
scavenging, at pulling use at the most use out of anything. And so
Well,
she
move your
basically
ass the other direction
she
from the
endears
back.
herself to Han very quickly by taking parts of the Millennium Falcon and being like, okay, well, we can use this, 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 and this, and be like,
Here's your peaceful life, I swear. You thought life was sweet here, huh? There's not enough food here without you assholes.
Who's there?
The boss said was to take the horse and kick and kill all the men. So you got my friend. The horse leaves and the men die. So, we can use it. I'm a man. You son of a bitch. There you go. Are you a man too?
we may be looking at restarting the checkpoint. Depends on what these other guys saw. Anyway, so Rey endears herself to Han by, like scavenging a couple parts from the Falcon and finding new uses for them. Poe assists with like coordinates and tracking, and he knows spots to hide. So with them being hunted, they split off from the main grouping of the New Republic, so they can escape. We're gonna keep going. They split off from the main forces of the New Republic, so they can escape and be subtle about it. It's Poe. So Han doesn't know where really to go. He can't risk taking them back to the New Republic, and he's not really familiar enough with this part of the galaxy to have like a bolt hole or something. So So Poe is immediately like, well, I know this person on this planet, like, that will help us because she owes me a favor. This is where we introduced Maz. It takes them about 2 days to find Maz, in which time Finn we cut away, we find Hux disciplining, we're in a meeting with Kylo Ren, Hux, and as Poe like enters the hyperspace coordinates, we cut away from them to a council room, basically like a meeting table, like they had in the original OT.
Shadow fights.
Where
it's not for me, but I pity the children.
Where all three, where Phasma, Hux, Kylo Ren, and Kylo, and several other hooded figures sit the meeting. As Kylo enters, as we talk, the meeting begins with Hux basically disciplining Phasma, saying, how could you let them escape? Not only that, we've got a compromised asset that is now in the hands of one of Han Solo, the man who's been hunting us. How could you let this happen? And Phasma, Kylo is silent the whole time, but Phasma quickly counters, saying, well, Finn's got a tracker in him, so we'll know where he goes no matter what. And it's likely that he's not going to separate from this group because, it's likely he's not going to separate from this group. We've also it's at this point as Hux turns to Kylo and is basically saying, Ren, you need to get control of your subordinate. And this is not how we handle the things in the First Order. Kylo immediately is like, hey, shut the fuck up.
What the fuck are you
Kylo
doing
is
there?
about to respond
We searched everything already.
when a staffer enters and sort of gives Phasma a message. And Phasma then says, it seems that the agent is still active. It looks like he's got Han Solo. He's got Han Solo on
What they do with them? The boss said what to take the horse and kids and kill all the men. So you heard my friend. The horse leave and the men die. So, which are you? I'm a man. You son of a bitch. Well, here you go. Aha! You had it coming. You're all going down, you bastard.
Careful! They might see you!
Anyway. So they received an encoded message from Finn. And from Finn telling them that they're moving to an unknown hyperspace coordinates. Oh, I think I let this guy get away, didn't I? There's going to be like a bunch of people waiting for me. They're going to be way alarmed. Fuck. So, Finn.
What about the guy? Nothing so far. What's taking him so long? The piece of cake. I'll go have a look. If some shit happens, let me know, okay?
So Finn contacts the First Order, basically tells them like, hey, we're going to be here. This is where we're heading. I've made contact with General Solo. Oh, I've made contact with General Solo. Oh, he suspects nothing. So now Finn has at this point he contacted the First Order. Phasma is smug in her satisfaction. Hux is satisfied that now they have a way, they have a supposed entrance into Han Solo's inner circle. Well,
Today the shit you make don't even stink so much. A couple of years more and it might even be edible. Don't flip. Lying here like a fucking pig.
boop.
Are you bored, huh? Never enough business for everyone. We set up as soon as the guys are back.
So with that message from Finn, Kylo orders Hux to mobilize the ground forces because they're going to take the planet that Finn lands on, and capture General Solo.
Nobody would give a shit. Huh?
Hey, what the?
Sorry, friendo. Sorry, friendaloon. Can't have you alert
What the fuck
everyone.
are those peasants thinking, carrying cement mushrooms?
Well, you know, they say a war is coming. Get your mushrooms now before all the bullets go into your gun.
No shit? Well, maybe we should plant these. I know a good place.
Hey, the boss didn't give you a clash to be a fucking gardener.
All right. I won't worry about mushrooms. As long as there are caravans, we can find ours.
Where is he? Woo. So Phasma and Phasma is basically like, Kylo, let me go, let me take him.
What?
Let me take Finn down and capture, Han Solo. It's, to make up
mushrooms after all.
Yeah, to make up for my failure. Kylo denies her this
Standing here while the men are dividing the loot.
and is like, no, you failed. Your failure is your own embarrassment, and you're not going to go on further missions until I deem you worthy again. Whoa, hold up. Oh. Until such time as I desire it. Unfortunate that he had to die. Anyway. And Phasma, takes issue with this to the point where she goes into her private quarters and where her and Hux have an actual so Phasma is upset about this, and Phasma, naturally, is upset about this. And so she goes and she decides that she's not going to be satisfied sitting behind. She's going to sneak there and take Finn back herself to impress Kylo and, his master. Or basically taking the spot of first apprentice. Yes. She then proceeds onward Kylo then goes and has a... Thought I could loot something here, but I can't. Okay. All good. Kylo goes and he takes down. Kylo goes to a different. Kylo walks to a different room, and this is where we see for the first time Snoke. Oak in all his glory.
Hush! Hush! They're still here somewhere.
And Snoke tells him like, "Hey, hey,
Man, the bitch is here!
So, Kylo then turns the meeting to Hux is ordered to mobilize a ground
Thanks.
force and go
Thanks,
and take
man.
the planet."
I thought I was done for. They took everyone still alive. The kids, the women. I'll move the rail car so that you can drive through.
So what they did next. So the next thing. So Kylo moves on to the next topic, which is where are we in the hunt for Luke Skywalker? And Phasma, and it is one of the cloaked figures that answers and says that we have found small traces of him throughout the Outer Rim, but we don't have a firm grasp. We haven't been able to find an exact location, and that Luke has done a very good job of hiding of concealing his presence throughout the galaxy. Kylo then is like, well, you should redouble your efforts. Redouble your efforts. Find him. And find him, lest he engage. And find him. I don't care if it's sparse rumor. Bring me the head of Luke Skywalker.
So what do we do now? How do we live without them?
They might still be alive. Don't bury them yet.
But the shooting was so loud. And now there's nothing.
And what if they won?
So it is. So Snoke and. So it is then that Kylo adjourns. Once that is discussed, after that, Kylo adjourns the meeting and walks to a communicator beeps and
Thank you again. I'll just rest here for now.
the communicator beeps and Kylo leaves to go and speak with someone. It is then that Snoke is revealed in all his glory. It is then that Snoke is revealed. And he basically tells Kylo, like, where are we at in the Luke Skywalker plot? What's going on? Why are we mobilizing to chase down an agent? Why are we mobilizing this many people? Why are we mobilizing? And then Kylo explains, well, one of our agents is... has infiltrated the ranks of Han Solo's group. Has infiltrated Han Solo's ship. And we have a way to lead to a way that we can lead to his capture, to his potential capture. And Snoke is like, good. Am I like in the hitting the entirely wrong thing? Right. It's like, good. And Snoke's like, good. You are to ensure the capture of Han Solo personally. So with that, Snoke cuts off the transmission. With that said, Snoke cuts off the transmission, and then Kylo proceeds to go and
So what? Are we going?
Going where?
What the fuck is up with you? To guard unit. The boss said if we let just 165, he's gonna have our ass.
No shit. Let's go then.
so Kylo goes and approaches Hux and says, approach it. Kylo walks out and turns to a stormtrooper and is like, go prepare my ship. Now, when Hux finds out about this, he confronts Kylo with his ship prepared. We cut away from them to our group of heroes. Han's group of heroes landing on the planet Maz's Cantina is located, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, but it doesn't. No, not Octu. Doesn't matter. So we land on Maz's planet. Rey, it feels the pull of something. She doesn't really understand what it is, but she knows it's there. Rey begins to feel the pull of the lightsaber of Anakin. Rey begins to feel something on the planet, and she reacts to it. She actually, Finn, Maz, is Han, and Poe. All of them have Finn, Han. Finn, Han, Poe, and Rey. And obviously Chewie is there. All travel to That's why I don't play horror games. Okay. So Poe is the one negotiating with Maz, and she's like, "Why the fuck should I help you? You kind of screwed me over the last time we met." And Poe's like, "Look, I understand, but I'm sure General Solo and the New Republic will be very grateful for you for helping us in our time of need. Would be very grateful for you for helping us in our time of need."
Kill us, but let the children go! No!
Shut up, the rest of you! Or I'm gonna slice you.
No!
Shit. There's no use blocking those holes up. The damn Marcellus just keep coming. But we still must have access to Venice. Fuck. We're in some deep shit, bro. Well, take care. I'll go check on the guys. All right, bro.
Well, real shit goes on in that valley. There were 5 of us that time, all armed with lights. Soon as we met the girl, we spotted this fog there.
Anyway,
But this was a black fog.
so Maz and Poe have a strained relationship, but neither of them is super chill with the other.
So I go, what the fuck was that? And the guy say, well, okay, but the voice is
And they use that basically.
let's go back.
And Maz is like, "No, I'm not gonna help you, you shit."
Then I remember my life and so.
Hello? What's up?
No.
Look, we collected the horse and rats and brought them here. So what's next?
Boss says sell them to the slavers.
He starts screaming.
The horse will get a good
Slaps
price.
the life out of my hand.
But we
So
can
I
sell as
ran
much
like
as
hell back to the stations.
Flying.
Nobody heard from him.
Well, I'm going back.
Hey, you hear the one about the tunnel master? No.
Well, you know, at the end stations of all the line, where the tunnel tunnel is, and guys make a fire, drink, play cards. So, sometimes, one of those guys just stands up and walks off into the tunnel. And that's fucking it. So, if you ask the guy who's going, he says, I've been summoned by the master. And once a person is summoned, even if you tie them to that bunker, just shoot the ropes up and run off into the tunnel. Damn, that shit gives me the chills. How about some tea?
So as Finn, Maz, and Ray wanders the club, the canteen. Ray wanders the cantina, feeling the pull of something, and drawing her away from the others and deeper into the temple that the cantina is on.
Please, spare us! You're a bastard! Spare us!
Yeah, you bitch!
Anyway, so Ray, meanwhile, wanders off, and she is drawn deeper and deeper into this facility, this temple that this cantina is on. And as she wanders the corridors, she finds the other as she wanders the corridor, she finds a small. He eventually comes upon a small blue crystal. Oh, that when she touches it, it gives her many vision. When she touches it, she sees she gets a force vision of her facing Kylo, of darkness consuming her, of any number of things. It's basically, she receives premonitions about later events in the sequels, in the trilogy. Just vague hints, mind, not like actual spoilers. She initially recoils and is met by Maz, who basically is like, you shouldn't be down here. Who is initially like, well, you shouldn't be down here, young girl. Well, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing down here, girl? Well, and when Ray tries to explain, Maz is like, it doesn't matter. That crystal has chosen you. You take it is yours now. It no longer belongs to me. I was merely its keeper. I was merely holding on to it for the right person. And the right person comes along in Ray. Ray then basically shoves the crystal back into Maz's hands, like, no, this isn't mine. I don't want it. Whatever it is, keep it the hell away from me. And she runs. She leaves. Oh, joy, that's a glorious sound. Right. So Ray runs off into the forest. Ray runs. And as she is she runs until she reaches the Millennium Falcon and hides inside it. It is at this point that Han comes to her and is like, look, kid, whatever happened in there, you need to deal with it. I'm going to turn this down. Whatever happened in there, you need to deal with. Because whatever it was definitely something bigger than... I've been apart in this galaxy I've traveled this galaxy a long time, kid. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. When shit like that happens, it means you're destined. It means something bigger. It means the Force is called upon you to be. It means the Force is called upon you. And so Han basically explains the Force to Rey and is like, so Han basically tells Rey, like, look, if this thing picked you, it's because you're destined for it. So whether you run from that or not, it doesn't matter. Running from this will not make anything better, and in fact, it might make things worse for a lot of people. Well, the Force just doesn't generally call upon people randomly. Nope, I'm gonna die. Nope, I'm gonna die. No! Fuck off. Yeah. You need to find Luke. Look, I know a guy that can help us out. That can help you out with, figuring out what you want to do with this stuff. And so Han, who does know where Luke is like, look, I'll take, once we're done here, her and your two friends, once we're done here, her, we can go back to, I'll take you back to the New Republic, we'll get you a ship, we'll fly you, we'll go and take you to this guy I know who can help. I'm sorry. Excuse you? And Rey's like, okay. Hey. Now, unbeknownst to the pair of them, Finn has been listening the whole time. Finn has been listening the whole time and is like, well, that's my ticket back to the fort. That's my ticket back, is bring whoever this person is to the First Order, or then I can have like my life back. They'll put me in a new assignment. They'll give me a new identity, put me in a new assignment, and then everything will be fine.
Hold on, I'm coming! To the bar! Hurry!
Ah!
Hey, you! Come here, you damn stalker! Shoot! Here! Take this, bitch! Woohoo! Damn, you're crazy! What were you thinking going there alone? Okay, okay.
Dealing with
Tell me
bandits.
the
Anyway.
tale late. Right now we're entering the fairway and plotting a course to the base.
Anyway. So, after
The
Finn
snow on the
and
surface
Phasma,
starts
after,
melting. The familiar rail cars
unbeknownst
are
to
now joined with
Han
boats
and Rey,
and fishermen.
Finn has heard this
One
entire
of them
conversation.
appeared just in the
And
nick of
because
time.
at this point, he
Soon
spent like
they'll
the
be
2
docked
days
at
they were on the
Venice.
ship planting
Pablo
bugs.
is most probably
Like, so
already
he's
there.
been listening to this entire conversation and the whole time. Meanwhile, at the bar, Poe has gotten himself into trouble with some people he scammed previously that weren't super jazzed about his merchandise. So Poe and Finn are now. So Finn is naturally, rolled into this. So Poe and Finn are forced then to flee the bar. Maz is kind of pissed that they are forced then to, they engage in a firefight in the bar. Or Maz is on their side, understandably, they're trashing her. Maz is very quick to put an end to it before real damage can start. Erton's like, take it outside. I don't care what y'all do out there, but take it outside. And so they do. Ooh. It's at this point that the First Order shows up, that the First Order's attack begins. And Poe's enemies, like the two gangs that confront Han on the ship about the testicle monster things, I guess. This are the two groups that are pissed at Poe. So when, like, I keep watching myself on the camera. I didn't realize I talked with my hands that much. I'm also, not subtle about the fact that I'm gay. Anyway, so the two groups naturally retreat, eager to get the fuck out of the way. Hey, so does everybody else. Basically, it's rats leaving a sinking ship.
I don't usually fish
Everybody
in
is
this tunnel,
scattering.
but I had a hunch they'd be biting pretty good here. Wow, that was close. Look, you got to be careful here. There's more than just fish in that water. You'll see for yourself pretty soon. Grab the railing when I warn you.
Anyway.
Are you all right? Oh, sorry, I didn't warn you about the logs. Thought you'd figure it out by yourself.
That's a good piece of dialogue. I didn't know that was in the game. That's funny. So...
Stay quiet now. They don't like noise, and this is their work. See how they just rested? Easy, easy. He's not here to harm you. Nobody knows what they're mutated from. We call them creeps. Ugly as hell. They're good eating, especially with real.
Texting. Anyway, so...
We've got to get out of here! Don't let them on board! They might turn us over!
Anyway, the...
Get this, you bitches! Stay sharp! Birds, huh? Use it now! Take this! No, you don't!
So...
Hold on to something! Allah! Hold on,
So, the first... So, after... The first order attack assaults the... As the first order assaults the cantina, so the first order assaults the cantina, and they end up attacking Poe, and they end up going up against like Poe and Finn, and eventually Rey and Han, who are drawn by the noise. Rey and Han, drawn by the noise. Drawn by the noise, he's come and joined the battle as well. Rey, who is not really experienced with, who knows how to wield a blaster.
Wow.
Because that
this
seems like
doesn't happen
basic.
often. Looks like we lucked out.
The subterranean Venice, an island on the dark waters of underground rivers. You always hear rough stories circulating about this place. I hear it is all one huge den of thieves. But there is something I know for sure. Pavel reached Venice, and if I'm not late, he's still here. Finding the Dark One is still my main mission. But now I see I must also uncover Corbett's plans so that I can warn the Order about them.
Wow. Seems like we made it. Hey, are you asleep there? What do you think of the local fish, huh? Aren't they charming? Seem moody, though. Looks like somebody went through there before us and angered them. Open up! The fishermen are back from the seas!
Yeah, I see you all right. And who might that be?
I picked the guy up in the tunnel. You don't think I should have left him there, do you?
What? And make my life easy? Of course not. First this red, now this, what is this? And I keep raising you lower the gate. You can bring a girl for once.
And what would you do with one if I brought her, Semenovich, huh? You're way too old for that stuff. By the way, you better lower the gate, or else a woman might actually come. The one dressed in black and bearing a scythe.
Never fear. Semyonovich is going to outlive you all.
Hey, Fedor, how's fishing?
Not even a bite, unless you count the shrimps. And they got a few more out of me than I'd like.
I'm also pretty sure this guy's like a voice actor in a cartoon, in a TV series.
Thanks for your help. So what exactly did happen?
Anyway, so the confrontation goes as it does in the sequel trilogy with the destruction of Maz's cantina, and the
that's easy.
with the relative destruction of Maz's cantina, and Finn, Poe,
didn't seem to care what they stirred up.
Finn, Ray, and Han are forced to make their escape. Escape on the Millennium Falcon once again. Han makes it's then that Han makes contact with Leia, who gives them coordinates for a rendezvous.
Simon! Hey! Simon! I want to talk to you! Look, do you know where might our red guests be?
In the brothel, of course. Who's that with you?
This is Artyom, the scourge of the shrimps.
You should see him shoot. I never met anyone quite as good as him.
A gunslinger, eh? Would you help me take out a few bad guys?
Simon, I freaking knew it. This is getting old.
But almost all of them are gathered at the storage facility. Look, if this isn't the right time, I don't know what is. Between the two of us, we might be able to take them out.
I told you countless times already, and I'm going to tell you again. No! I don't need this shit around here. Do you get me?
Yeah, I got you.
Right. Then I'm going to leave you two.
Anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna help this man anyway.
This station of criminals. How is it he's in charge?
Hey, Simon. You're good with engines, aren't you?
Yeah, what's up?
Don't know.
Anyway, it becomes a more and more so Finn we get scenes of Finn, Ray, and Poe bonding with each other.
So, I'm just back from Oktyabrsk. While we were there, me and the boys went to that freak show.
So?
They had this beast called the Terror of the Night.
You could at least move to the wall, not stand in the middle of the road.
Did you want something, young man? Make your choice. Everything's fresh.
Anyway.
Listen, bro. I wish we had more visitors like you here. Thank you.
So, we get a few scenes of Finn, Poe, and Rey bonding on the Millennium Falcon, learning about their past. Finn spins a tale
Did you
full
take
of
a look
how
around?
he.
I have some business. Let's be frank. Seems like you're stuck here for good. Sunken tunnels everywhere. And if you go to Novokuznetskaya, you're as good as dead, brother. Seems like you're out of options. So, here's the deal. You could just stay here with us. You're young, tough, you can handle things, and we'll find you a job in no time. Especially since most of those newcomers here are just human refuse from Novokuznetskaya. Just think about it. You start working with our fishermen, get a bit acquainted with things, then you might actually like it. We could even find you a nice girl. Well, I won't pressure you. Go get some rest for now, and try to stay out of trouble. The gangsters seem to be jumping.
Anyway, so we get some bonding scenes between the trio, sort of building their relationship up to be, good and making sense. Basically building their relationship.
Sorry, what did you say? Get out. But we've been here for half an hour already.
Freaking don't get it, do you? Do you know who I am? Let's take this outside. Any guys here or what?
Anyway, so that happens, and what else happens is that Finn. So we cut away from them to back to Phasma and back to. We cut away from them back to the temple. We see Kylo who. So, well, it's then. God, hold on. I've totally lost my place of what I was saying. Right. So the attack on the temple proceeds. Kylo actually shows up and is like starting to fuck with things.
Fresh meat was running about just minutes ago. Come get your nuggets. Come here. Don't be shy.
Real guns for real men. Get your gun here. Where do you think you're going?
Can't you see it's close? I need to get a rope. There, I'm done.
What rope?
What the fuck? Here, I have this. Boatswain sent me.
Fuck you and your So long, man.
There's a easy. When the bosses stop talking, you can go.
Anyway,
Check where you belong.
All right, it's okay. All right, hush, baby, hush. What happened?
I lost my teddy bear.
Hush, baby, it's all right. Find your teddy bear. Don't cry. Where did you walk today?
I wanted to show him the shooting range, and then I got yelled at and ran.
Well, there is now. So I'm going to take back our investment.
Best shooting range in the metro. Live targets. Huge
He's a bad shot, definitely.
Anyway, so Kylo. This is the first time the trio interacts with Kylo. Oh, he appears and is immediately swamped with a storm of
targets are waiting.
bullet fire.
Supplies are limited.
Which
I bet he's not hitting anything.
Nice. What is that? 2-1. If he hits,
No dice for him here. I'm even already hit the broadside of a shit.
all right.
Deal.
He's not.
Only one left. He ain't hitting that one.
Great. Here's your winning. How about the ring? Come on in. Take position.
They showed to pack a bang.
I tested them myself.
It's like you never even put the gun.
That's something. He actually hit.
Ah,
One can get lucky.
See that? He hit it.
Left. He's good. Hey, you. Why are you spoiling my bet?
Looks like you might be in for 3 bottles.
No way. He's missing the next one.
Great. Here's your winning. How about the race? Be my guest.
Incendiaries. Get the fire started.
All right. So Kylo basically shows off, and
Hit again?
He's not going to...
Getting interesting now.
My day. Ah, he ain't gonna do it.
Don't get that shine ready.
Bad shot. No dice for him here. Shoot him. Hit the stick.
You got most of them. Cool, man.
We're having a party tonight. You lost, Shorty. So I'll be drinking to you.
That was something. Here's a special prize for you. The targets usually last till the evening. Well, our barbecue is going to be busy for a while now.
I got some great knives here. Sharpened them myself. Good for shaving.
anyway, so Kylo enters, and he looks like a badass. Lightsaber bear,
Mom,
just
the teddy
blocking,
bear is back.
deflecting
Where have you
blasters.
been?
There's
Was
like
the bunny
anyone that
good?
gets him is
Don't leave me
gets
again.
near him is getting
Oh,
cut down.
Thank you so much. I was at a loss. What should you say? This person helped your teddy bear come home, so what should you say? Thank you.
This child looks like a freak.
Thank you. You're a godsend. Simon brought that teddy bear from the surface. Toys are scarce here, as you know. So he grew really fond of it. How about we
Anyway.
go home now? Can I play here
So
some
the
more? All right, but not for long.
so Kylo along with Kylo basically is deflecting a bunch of bullets and is like really he's like deflecting a bunch of blaster fire. Is like not at all worried
Just don't hurt the girls.
in any way
Hey, what
about what's
I'm
going
your
on.
local boss, bitch. Chew up.
We don't have bosses here.
for those.
Cough it up.
Are you crazy? They're friends with Kisley.
Are you sure? Great. I have to serve all his friends for free and still pay him his cut. I'm sick and tired of this life.
All right, we had some fun. Now it's time for work. So, first thing, we pay Kisley and you head to Comrade Corbett. Tell him the virus container's been successfully delivered to Oktyabrskaya, okay?
Hey, pretty boy.
Let's
Why
go.
are you just
We have
standing up?
business to attend to.
Hey, why is you unhappy? You just don't feel right. They basically signed their death warrant.
Can't wait to touch me, can you, Daragoy? Well, if you want it that bad, what kind of dance would you? That's all? A shame, really. If you
Fuck
decide
off,
to come
bitch.
back,
I'm going after the man with blue eyes and a funny hat. Anyway,
Real guns for real men. Get your gun here.
So Kylo shows off his skill, and he begins to approach Rey. He begins to approach Rey, and crap. Hold on. Oh wait, no. Simon will just appear.
Look at them parading around.
I'll go check the door.
No lights.
Hey, what's up with the lot?
So Kylo shows up, and that's when Han basically orders everyone to get on the Falcon and get the hell out of here. Finn is reluctant to go, but Hux. So Finn gets separated from the group in the heat of the battle. Well, it is then that Hux confronts him and is like, "You are going to stay with them for as long as possible, and you are going to feed us every bit of information. Otherwise, you're done. We will execute you." And so Finn is now doubled down, is like, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course. Done." Because in his mind, he never stopped being loyal to the First Order. But the First Order is, you know, naturally going to question his loyalty now because he's been exposed to the enemy for so long.
Nah, too much shrooms after all.
And then...
You see that guy in the helmet? He gave us a case last time he was here, and Keithley sent it off to Oktyabrskaya. Said he was full of flyers for the working people. Flyers? My ass! That case had a lock.
So, what was in there?
I wish I knew.
So Finn, now doubled down, is like, boom, done, and he finds his way to... Thank you. So he manages to go and get... he manages to get on the Falcon as he sees it taking off. He sees the Millennium Falcon taking off and manages to get on board just in time. Just in time. None of the... With just in time, as everyone is like, oh shit, what the hell? It's like, who the hell was that?
What could they do? Crawl like that.
What was he doing, and how do we, like who the hell was that? And Kylo and Han then explains who Kylo Ren is. As he explains, like, well, Luke's. Do you know? He's like, do you know who Luke Skywalker is? And Finn, you know, being indoctrinated by having been indoctrinated by the First Order since he was very young, is like, well, yes, I do know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is. No one. Can I open the door, please? Thank you.
Drop your weapon, blade. Hands behind your head. Well, 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 what an unexpected encounter. Looking for the Dark One, huh? Well, maybe there is a hope for you and Polis. But then, you're too late. Yeah, those Dark Ones of yours are the real deal, yeah? Comrade Corbett had an eye on them for a long time. Just imagine them domesticated, then unleashed on the enemy. Hey, steady now. All right, you're on top, D'Artagnan, you are on top. What now? You were looking for the Dark One, right? Well, he is nearby, at Oktyabrskaya. I can take you there. No tricks this time, you have my word.
Everyone on the ground, now!
Artyom? No!
Shit, he got away. Why did you attack the storage alone? You could have tried to call me. Well, things worked out, but you'll have to get out of here on the double. I know an exit to the surface here. There's a swamp, but it's traversable. Let's go.
Anyway, so the dark, not the Dark One, the fucking so Finn basically. So we cut away from Han basically expositing about Luke for a little bit. It's then, so we then see Kylo. So we see Hux confront Kylo, and is like, "What the hell were you doing? This was my mission. Why did you interfere?" And Kylo is basically says, "It was not on my orders. It was not me. It was Hux. It was It was not me who ordered me to go along, it was Snoke. Oh, you need to take it up with him. Phasma then appears. Phasma then comes in and is like,
our people will
hey,
be waiting
the
for
tracker
me at the
indicates that,
outpost in the abandoned church.
our tracking
I will
our
tell them
tracker
everything I
indicates
know
that
about about the
Finn
test of
is
some
moving
kind they're going to conduct,
towards
and
the
will
central,
continue my
towards
way
the
to
inner rim,
Oktoberskaya.
towards the mid rim,
The Dark One is there.
towards the mid rim, and possibly rendezvousing with someone else. Hux basically explains, I confronted our rogue agent. He will comply. He will comply with all orders given. And he knows better than to resist. And that is when... And Kylo is basically like, hey, I must speak with the general. I must speak with Supreme Leader Snoke. Oh, leave me. Leave me. I must speak with Supreme Leader Snoke. And
Here it is, the swamp. The base is right across, in the church. You can't see it from here. There's a powered winch ferry. It needs fuel. You should be able to get some in the plane or in the cache at the gas station. Stay out of water if you want to live. Well, that's all. Good luck, Artyom.
anyway, the Snoke takes... Kylo contacts Snoke and says, on the field, I sensed the presence of a powerful force wielder. What would you like me to do? I suspect that the girl traveling with our agent can wield the Force. And with this statement, Snoke takes an interest and is like, okay then, if what you say is true and what you felt is true, then find the girl and bring her to me. And capture the girl and bring her to me. If she and Snoke basically tells him, like, if she has become aware of her ability, she will need to find a teacher. She will lead us when she comes. She will serve us and she will lead us to Luke Skywalker. She will serve us and she will lead us to Luke Skywalker. To Skywalker. And she will lead us to Skywalker. I can hear your damn wings flapping. There you are. Anyway, so as so Kylo and her so Kylo basically tells Snoke like, "Hey, I found potential Force acolyte." And he's like, "Bring her to me because she will lead us to Luke." Oh no! Because she is going to lead us to Luke Skywalker. She's going to lead us to Skywalker. And so it's and so Rey is quick to. So now Phasma has been listening in. So Kylo tells Phasma. So Kylo, whoa, holy shit. Fuck off. Fuck off, Battle Shrimp. Anyway. Fucking Battle Shrimp. Goddamn Battle Shrimp. You understand you're a waste of ammo, right? Like... Anyway. So it's then so the All right, come on. Turn around. Come get me. Right, focus, focus, focus. Okay, so the next basically step here is our characters are now on a quest. So Rey is now on a quest to find Luke because she knows that Luke can give her guidance on what the Force is, why she's been chosen, all of the fucking goddamn it, I forgot. Thank you. Okay. She's basic, so she can learn like what the hell the Force is and why the hell it matters. She can learn what the Force is. She takes this to be it's now that Luke, and that they arrive on anyway. So it is so Rey now has her question. Finn is planning to betray them. At this point, is still planning to betray them. And Poe is now concerned that Finn knows that he's not exactly, the most liked character in the galaxy. So is more and more eager, is less and less eager to, is not super jazzed about them, just running about the galaxy. Especially with the New Republic, where he has his own issues. Leia meets them all. She has become Supreme Chancellor of the New Republic. She's become Supreme Chancellor of the New Republic. She's now become Supreme Chancellor of the New Republic. And this is called... So meeting her is basically like meeting the president. And Finn and Poe know this, but... like Leia, Finn, and Poe know this. Rey does not. Because Rey wasn't raised in the Republic. She was raised in Jakku, which Yeah, no, I'm not approaching you. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Anyway. So they spend the time on the ship, bonding and learning about each other. And we have a few scenes like that. Finn spins them a lie. He then goes. So Finn now continues to report to Phasma about their location. Unbeknownst to him, he's got a tracker.
I made quite a lot of noise
he doesn't know.
Pushing through the marshes. If they really are
upon meeting Leia,
church, I will soon
meeting Leia, Leia immediately spots Finn out. Is like, "You're a spy." Immediately spots Finn out and is like, "Oh, you're a spy. Okay." It's during these scenes, after meeting Leia, they basically have like a dinner scene where it sort of becomes Finn and Leia and Poe and Han, because Han has figured out that Poe has like a dark past and has a past, and he has issues, and he's probably in debt and all this other stuff, and he's like, look, I can show, let me take you under your wing, let me show you the tricks of the trade, let me show you the way out of this so you can live a better life. For Poe, that idea has never occurred to him, so he's a little skeptical at first. For Leia, who sees Finn as someone who doesn't really understand like what the First Order is actually doing and why they're bad, she takes Finn under her wing and is like, look, and is very much a proponent of and is there saying like look Finn, here's the deal. Well, I know you're still a First Order spy. She calls, like, she's outright says you are not. You need to stop lying. You are not going to get anywhere unless you stop lying to these people. Let them help you. Oh, da 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 da. Basically, Finn and Leia and Han take Finn and Poe under their wings so they can, help them and be mentors. Can mentor them and help them. So they can mentor them. Anyway, so Finn and Poe get taken under Han and Leia's wings and are sort of guided into, are sort of like told, hey, here's how you get out of your current situation. And neither of them, initially, naturally, of course, neither of them are super keen to take that advice. Like, what the hell do these people know? Well, like, sort of a what the hell do these people know? Kind of way. And it is then that so it's so initially they're pretty reluctant to take the advice because, who the hell are these people? Why the hell do they care? Or da 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 da, for whatever reason. So Finn and Poe are still on. That's a You are not alive. Die. So Finn and Poe. Naturally, Finn and Poe don't take the advice. They're super chill with it. They're just not super into that. To what, you know, the other people, what Han and Leia are telling them. Rey, meanwhile, feels like she's been sort of pushed out by Han. And so she's feeling a little sad and, you know, let down. It is here that
Artyom, I see you.
Come on,
They're waiting for
get
you.
over here! Come on, move it!
fuck off.
Where are they all coming from? Artyom, let's get the big one. One more. Concentrate fire! Here! First, keep your eyes peeled! One down! Down! First on your stick! Get down! Third, cover me! Got one! There, on your right! That bitch! Concentrate fire! Here! Shooting! One more! It's done! Down! I'm taking the left! Come on, come on!
I completely forgot how to change my throwing weapon.
Down!
Hold on.
One down! Incoming! What's the order? Get out of here! East left! Hey! Damn monster! Concentrate fire! Here! Got it! Come on, come on! Kill the big one! Let's finish it! Down! I'm taking the left! One down! Down! One more! Concentrate fire! Here! Down! It's down! Incoming! What's the order? Get out of here! Fuck you, fucker! Yeah, we got it! They're getting away! Finish them all!
Anyway.
It's always like this. Surface. First time I saw
Artyom, I see you. They're waiting for you at the church.
Come on, Dan! Get over here! Come on, move it!
So with our hero's goals set,
There's a shitload of them! Where are they all coming from?
the first order
Artyom, let's hit the big one! Go! Cover me! First, keep your eyes peeled! Kill the big one!
So
One more!
the first order is basically the following.
Fire! Here!
So
Got it!
it's at this point the First Order.
It's down! There, on your right!
So the First Order, after a while, the first.
Concentrate fire! Here!
So Leia and Han and Leia talk separate. Talk to each other and basically say, Han basically informs Leia like Rey is force sensitive. She needs to go to Luke. She needs to find, you know, who she needs to talk to, and how we get to him. So both of them agree, and they're like, "Look, okay, we're gonna tell you." So we're gonna tell you this thing, and y'all are gonna keep it secret. It's,
Concentrate fire! Here!
so Han basically tells Rey, like, all right.
Come on! Get down!
So Leia is like, hey, we can't have the Millennium Falcon going after Luke because that'll draw too much attention. So you're gonna take one of the ships in my hangar, and you're gonna go to these coordinates.
Hey! Yeah, we got it!
And when you get there, you're going to tell the man you meet that we sent you.
Is it always like this on the surface?
Now we're gonna get you over.
First time I saw a beast like that one.
Here you are.
I'm coming.
Great to see you. Get inside. Safe in there. Come on in.
So with
Come
each...
on, get inside. Don't waste your filters.
I had you sighted when you were way out there. Almost shot you, too. That would teach you to answer radio hails. But I felt it was you. I hope you'll forgive me for the gardens.
So at this point, we're building to our crescendo. Oh, our three heroes set off. So Rey, so Leia sends Poe and Finn with Rey, under the pretense that this man will be able to help them out with their difficulties as well. Basically, fudging the truth a bit. It is then that Rey, Luke, and so Han and Leia basically go their separate ways. Han flies the Falcon off. Han and Chewie fly the Falcon off to meet up with their forces. His forces. Leia has told Han that his ship is probably bugged and with a tracker on board, so he's very hesitant to, go anywhere. Leia returns to the Galactic Core, where she can, mobilize more forces against the First Order, or rally people behind her cause. Our three heroes travel to Octo, where they meet Luke. And Luke is not the, war-torn, giving up on life guy that we met in The Last Jedi. He is, in fact, a wise and powerful Jedi Master. And when when the three heroes dock, Luke is there. Luke is there. With lightsaber in hand. Lightsaber in hand, but not drawn. He wants to see who these people are. When they tell him, he's immediately like, okay, good. Well, follow me. I've got dinner on the table. Dinner's going to get cold. Well, basically, he gives them this sort of Yoda treatment. So, he gives them sort of a Yoda treatment, and is like, I'm just a kooky old man. What can I do? Ooh, blah, blah, blah. And it's... So... Finn, Poe, and Rey eventually you sort of split off from each other. They're like, they have a small old tiff. It doesn't really matter what. But they have a small tiff. Each of them goes off on their own. And each is approached by Luke in a separate scene. Luke confronts Rey first. He's like, you're a very powerful young lady. Yeah. And she doesn't really understand. Like, I thought the Jedi were supposed to be protectors of the peace. That's what my parents told me. What happened to you? And Luke basically explains, like, well, one of my first students who I thought would be one of, would be a master, or alongside me, fell to the dark side. And when he fell, he took a few other masters with him. And he left a couple of he left a couple of his apprentices behind. Now, unbeknownst to I didn't realize that they had fallen themselves. They were very good at concealing that. Right. And eventually, Kylo Ren, his apprentice, Kylo Ren, who was one of the former master's apprentices, corrupts other students and leaves, and burns the temple and kills burns the temple and kills the students, and attempts to kill Luke, but fails. And Luke is like, hey, I cannot run about the galaxy like this because I'm going to put people in danger. So I'm going to isolate myself because the Force will provide someone to confront. The Force will guide me. So the Force basically guides him to Octo and is like, you will remain here until such time as you are needed. And Rey at this point is like, this crystal pull that Rey at this point pulls the crystal out of her bag because she's had it. Han has snuck it to her. Han gave it to her on the ship. It's like, here, show this to Luke. Doesn't matter what you do with it after, just show it to him. And she says, this called to me and showed me some horrible shit. Explain. It's like, you're Force sensitive. I can train you how to wield the power. I can train you how to wield the Force in defense to protect those you care about. Blah, blah, blah. You start your training tomorrow. He goes to Finn and Poe individually and is like, look, whatever was past is past. This is you now. And you have a choice to make. And for both of them, he's like, you have a choice to make. And to Finn specifically, he's like, I have foreseen that the fate of your friends rests on a knife's edge, entirely on your decision, on what you choose. So basically, we're building the pressure on Finn. He's got the voices of the First Order who have been in his home for so long, basically blaring in his ear like, you will betray all these people and you will not care. You will execute them. On the other hand, he's got Luke, Leia, Finn, Poe, and Rey, who he's grown to care about, saying like, look, we don't care who you are. We're just going to be friends. And so he's having his own internal conflict. And Luke basically tells him, like, you will have to make a decision at some point. It is entirely up to you. It is on a knife's edge. Like, if you choose one, the other fails. And so, it is here It is a few days later, the First Order arrives. Kylo Ren, along with several Knights of Ren. Kylo Ren, Phasma, and Kylo Ren descend onto the planet. Rey, who has had some minimal training, and Luke basically tells the other two, the three of them, you need to go. You need to go. Oh, they are after me. They will take me over you. Now, none of our heroes are willing to do that. And it all comes to a head. And it basically all comes to a head before the final, as they basically try to hide from the First Order's patrols. It comes out that Finn was a First Order spy, has been a First Order spy. He makes his decision. So, Phasma actually is the first one to find them, and she confronts Finn and Poe. Rey has stayed with Luke to confront Kylo. And I'm not progressing the game because I want to save this last little bit for a fourth playthrough. I'm also going to end the video as soon as I'm done describing this. So, the next stage. So it's Finn and Poe versus Phasma, who is a Force wielder in this description, and Rey and Luke versus Kylo. Now, Luke and Rey. Phasma finds the two of them and reveals Finn was a First Order spy the whole time. He led us here. Literally, he led us here. Now, Finn doesn't know about the tracker inside him. He finds out now. So suddenly he's like, shit, they could have just found me at any time, even if I had gone rogue. Poe at this point tries to confront Phasma directly. Who basically throws him around with the Force. And then Finn, who has been stun locked this entire time, intervenes and basically pushes Phasma over, as taking him on. As Poe blasts at her, and Finn uses a as Finn and Poe blast at her, and she deflects, and they try to come at her at different angles and to try and get her to drop her, basically to try and get through her guard. She's taunting Finn the whole time. And she's taunting Finn and basically saying, you're a traitor. They'll never accept you now. Help me kill this man. Help me kill Luke Skywalker. And you will be welcomed back into the fold. And during this scene, Finn makes his choice. He chooses to go with the people that have been, cared about him and not threatened him with execution. So he goes with them and keeps firing on Phasma. And Phasma eventually gets sick of it. She force pushes Poe into a tree, knocking him out. And as Finn is running over, she slashes him in the back, knocking him down. Oh no. Neither of them. She doesn't think Finn will live, and Poe is not of any interest to her. So she leaves. Meanwhile, Rey, Kylo, and Luke are all engaged in a lightsaber duel. Luke is not up to his usual. Luke is great, but not good because he's constantly battling. Because Rey has only had a week at most of lightsaber training, and she's barely mastered the basics. She's barely started on the basics. So he spends most of the fight covering for her, or trying to protect her. When Phasma returns, Luke realizes that it is a losing battle to protect Rey, and basically uses the Force to push both Kylo and Phasma away, and get Rey onto the Millennium Falcon so he can start piloting. And he starts piloting it up, or getting onto their ship, piloting it up, goes and picks up Luke and not Luke, Poe and Finn. Finn is in a bad way, like really bad. Finn is in a really, really bad way. So they basically rush off to they rush away to try and find, they basically fly to Han's last coordinates, to Han's base's coordinates, to hopefully have a medical staff to hopefully get Finn medical attention. And this is where the final scene of the movie takes place. Ace. Ace. Finn's tracker. Poe wakes up, tells them about the tracker, but they're already. When Poe wakes up, he tells them about the tracker, or that's on their bait, that's in Finn. And that's inside Finn. Both Rey, Han is there, and he basically tells Poe, like, don't worry about it, the signal's jammed. We're jamming the signal, and he's in surgery now, so we're gonna remove that as well. But unfortunately, the signal transmitted just long enough so the First Order have a vague idea, and Hux mentions that Hux, Phasma, and Kylo stand at the bridge of a large fleet heading for Han's base. That is where the movie ends. All right. Anyway, what did y'all think? I hope my retelling of the first movie in the sequel trilogy was better than the original. Well, if you liked it, leave a like down below. If you aren't already, please subscribe. Hey, I stream every single day, from like 2 to 4. So, if you enjoyed that, I hope you did. Have a wonderful day.